Art allows the expression of creativity in a visual form, typically in the form of painting and sculpting. Children are able to use their imagination to create whatever they may set their mind to. It is taught by Mrs. Ellen Zweig. We will now interview the art teacher. Hello, Miss. Why do you like to teach art?
Why? That's a really great question. I love to teach art because I think it inspires children and adults, young adults, to realize that there's so many possibilities, not just one, and there's many answers to the question or the puzzle, and anything can happen in art. Anything goes. So you can be as creative and experimental as you want to be.
Do you like to teach art to the students?
I love to teach art to students. I love when their little light bulbs go on and they come up with an idea and they run away with it and then they decide what they're going to do, and then they create it, and I'm usually blown away. I want my students to realize, and I don't think they do sometimes, that I'm giving them a blank sheet of paper, I'm giving them a ball of clay, and then they're creating something from that ball of clay that's incredible, that wasn't there before.
Thank you for letting us interview you.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Creative writing is the expression of ideas in the form of elaborate writing, creating booklets that showcase the student's imagination in the form of writing, while also boosting the student's abilities in grammar and spelling. It is taught by Mrs. Bros. Are you working on anything special today?
Yes, today we're working on the project that we've been working on for the last 2 days. Is a copy make of the if you give a cat A or if you give an animal A, and the students are creating their own versions of this children's book classic. They're creating their own stories. Some of them have come up with if you give a lion lasagna, if you give a bear a ball. So the students are writing their own books regarding the booklets or the books that are copy make of the same classic of this one. Okay.
Logic puzzles is the ability to use your mind for simple everyday problems. This class challenges students to think at a higher level and introduces them to a wider extent of knowledge by using puzzles and worksheets. It is taught by Mr. Sorby.
I heard that you are a great logic teacher. What have you been teaching the students so far?
So far, they've been learning Pascal triangle, Sierpinski's triangle. We did a cloud puzzle, which was more sequences, like arithmetic and geometric number sense. And we were discovering the pattern between even and odd numbers. Come on in, class.
What is logic?
Logic is a set of defined principle, or in a simplest form means explained rules, procedures that we all follow, common sense.
Do you have any other specialties and other subjects?
Yes, I'm a science and math teacher, master coach, so I support coaches and teachers in mathematics and science, especially physics and mathematics.
Thank you for letting us interview you today.
Anytime. Thank you.
Scientific visualizations allow students to challenge themselves in the technological level by creating projects in 3D. By using 3D printers, students are exposed to advanced technology, encouraging them to get a better idea of the field. It is taught by Mrs. Swanson.
What influenced you to teach this subject?
Scientific visualizations is very important because it helps kids see the scientific world through scientific modeling, like architecture, like CAD drawing, and other objects like that.
Do you like to teach any other type of subjects?
I can teach science, technology, robotics, STEM, basically anything connected to STEM is great.
What is a major project you're doing so far?
Right now we're building castles.
If you do, who is your favorite scientist?
Oh, Isaac Newton.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you think of this class?
The class is very interesting and you could have a very fun experience with this. You have many ways to make designs and 3D print very cool things.
What do you expect to achieve by the end of this summer camp?
Learn how to design many things in the app of the rhinoceros and get better and better at designing objects and be better at it.
Okay, thank you. What are you learning so far?
We've learned how to draw and make the shapes 3D on the computers. And one kid in the class has already printed one of their things, and it's really cool.
What do you expect to achieve by the end of this camp?
I expect to achieve being smarter and knowing a lot more than I already knew, and I think it's very interesting.
Thank you.
Coding introduces students to creating websites, apps, and extensions. Coding is the programming of a computer to serve a certain purpose, while also allowing students to learn and enjoy the new generation of technology. It is taught by Miss Bizada.
What influenced you to teach this subject?
Hi, Jaden. Well, I really like coding, and I feel like coding is the future. Everything we do involves coding, so I figured why not come and teach children how to code early, give them an advantage.
What major projects are you doing this camp?
So during this camp, we're creating apps, and the app that we're creating has to do with our favorite animal and their habitat. And so what we're learning is the animal, which is the apex predator, that's our main animal. And then after that, we're learning other animals that will live in the habitat with that animal, where they live, and a brief description about them. Hopefully, this will encourage our students to work to save our planet and know how valuable that it is.
What is your favorite coding job and app and why?
Ooh, my favorite coding. I have so many. I can't say, but I will say by far the easiest is definitely code.org. There are several of them, but definitely code.org is the easier one. So I would start there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you think of this class?
It's really fun. I love learning how to code a computer because it's really fun. Like code.org we do, and then we're doing an app right now. We're making an app of animals and I choose a jungle, and then we're just making an app right now. It's really fun.
What are you learning so far?
How to make an app, and how to put pictures into a folder and rename them, and put them onto code.org.
What do you expect to achieve by the end of this summer camp?
I expect to achieve making an app and how to make one and being able to do it by myself.
Thank you. Video production is just the place for those interested in creating films. This class covers a larger area of video by teaching students how to work with a camera, edit videos, and produce an awesome final result. It is taught by Mr. Buck. What is video production?
Video production is a class that we teach that allows you guys to express yourselves by telling a story or just having fun on camera and visually editing the whole thing together into something that you can be proud of to show your parents.
What influenced you to teach this subject?
Believe it or not, I taught this class by accident. In my second year of teaching, I had to take on an extra class to fill out my schedule, so they gave me TV production. And I didn't know much aside from what I had learned in college. But what ended up happening was I fell in love with it because it was an opportunity for me and for other kids here in the class to be able to tell stories. So I started working that skill set more and then adopting it to work with the rest of the classes and programs that I taught.
What is a major project you're doing in this summer camp?
The biggest project that we're doing is actually happening in the 5th and 6th grade group, and there's one group that is responsible for organizing all the other videos that are being done, including yours, into one big program with a host, two hosts actually, that transition from clip to clip. So we're turning it into like a little mini news/variety show.
What do you hope the kids to achieve by the end of this summer camp?
By the end of the summer camp, they will have had a week, which was the first week, in just using the cameras and learning how to do proper framing and using different shots and angles to achieve specific psychological effects. They also spend some time storyboarding so they know exactly where their story is going to go. And then in the second week, they basically focus on editing, which is now that we've got all of our footage, how do we put it together to make it into one coherent story?
Okay, thank you. What group video are you gonna do?
Lip sync video.
What do you think of this class?
It is really fun and I like it.
What are you learning so far?
We're learning how to cut the scene and learn to film.
What do you expect to achieve by the end of this summer camp?
By the end of the summer camp, I think we will be achieved to learn how to make new videos using green screen and other things on computers.
Thank you. What do you think of this class?
This class, it's really fun. We get to make movies and stuff, and yeah, it's fun.
What do you think of this class?
Like, I think it's like really fun because we get to interact with each other and like play with each other and play with like the editing and everything to make it seem like not real in a way.
What are you learning so far?
Like how like to not like laugh during an interview or something like that, and editing and things like that.
What do you expect to achieve by the end of this summer camp?
I expect to achieve a 5-star movie.
What do you expect?
Well, basically the same thing. I want everyone to like our movie.
What group video are you guys doing?
We're both doing the Jedi
Versus Adventures.
Versus Adventures.
Thank you.